Hi. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, Steve. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you? Good evening,
I'm
guys.
good.
Good evening. It's 8:30 here in the UK, and I tell you what, we have got Katy Whitaker on. But before that, guys, please keep on having a look on my Facebook page or my website. I've got some really good guests coming up. Really good guests, and one of them is here right now. Katy, I haven't spoken to you for a long time.
Hello. No, it's been a little while. You're one of the
How
few
are
that
you?
that speaks to me, though, so it's lovely to see you. I'm well. I'm
Good.
well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Well,
Good.
yeah. Things have been a bit crazy at the moment, but we're getting through. We're powering through. We're healing.
What have you been up to?
I've been up to quite a few things recently, actually. I've been doing quite a lot of my function shows across Scotland. I've been over to the West Coast doing my function shows and playing in fancy castles and stuff. And then I've been, I did another Etta James show recently just there. And I've also been showcasing my new band as well. So yeah, we've got like it's been quite good, quite uplifting. Things are chugging along quite nicely, music wise.
So, do you still live in Scotland then?
I do. I live in Perth. Yes, I do.
Perfect. Perfect,
I tour,
Scotland. God.
play around Scotland. Although I'd definitely love to come further south because I know there's quite a lot of country music fans and Americana music fans and just music fans in general down south.
Yeah, down south. Whereabouts in the south would you like to go to?
Oh, I'd love to go and play at the old school barbecue bus. They've got lovely Americana scene. Or they had a good scene before the pandemic. I want to go and play in London. I'd love to go and play at the Green Note. That's somewhere that's on my list to try and get into once this album's going. Um, I don't know, just wherever the music fans are. I want to find the fans. Maybe, little music venues that maybe have a collection of people around them
So
that just
let's
love listening
so
to new music.
so let's get
That's
it.
the dream.
Let's get this right, okay? So, because people are asking me now on my
What?
radio, they're saying, "What is Scotland? Is it over the USA or is it in the UK?" You actually live in Scotland in the UK, don't you?
Yes, Scotland in the UK. Yes,
Right. Okay.
Scotland. I'm about
Right.
an hour
Because
away.
people.
I'm about an hour away from Glasgow and Edinburgh as well.
Yeah. Right. At least we got that sorted out. Okay. So,
I know I have a crazy accent. I moved around a lot as a child, and my accent never really solidified. So it just changes with every word and every sentence and every person I speak to. So it's a common
do,
theme with
do
me.
not worry about it. So if you came, so if you came down like south, right? Because I'm in the south. I'm in the
Hmm.
southwest. You know, do
The
you
West.
have you ever been? Have you ever been down in the southwest?
No, generally my connections are in the northeast. So I was actually born in Bishop Auckland, and my mum's from Peterlee area, my dad's from Yorkshire areas, and my husband's from Lancashire area. So that's where my connections are. But I think generally music-wise, I'd love to get in and about the London scene, where it's at, and. Yeah, if there's somewhere over on the west that wants me, I'm here. I'm ready to go on the road with my musicians,
Right. So
with my
you have a band.
band.
So you got a band now, have you?
I do. I do. I have a band of amazing musicians and friends that I've played with for years and years, and they're really being really supportive, and they want to help me make my songs, take my songs on the road. So I'm really grateful to them for that, because they're all amazing musicians and artists in their own right. So I've got Mr. Chris Small, who is a fantastic all-round instrumentalist. He plays, well, anything he gets his hands on, he can get a tune out of it. And he's written some amazing songs, Chris Small. And then I've got Matthew Rogers, my drummer, who's in like loads of other bands, as well as owning like Perthshire Sound and Light, where he supplies stages and stuff to festivals across Scotland. So, he's a busy, busy boy. And then I've got my bassist, Kevin Skelly, who's in lots of bands and stuff as well. And, they're all artists in their own right and very, very busy people. And I'm really grateful that they want to take the time to come and play my songs on the road with me. And they're really great.
Why country music?
I don't even know if it is country, to be honest. It's not straightforward country. It's not like I love country music, and when it comes to singing covers, like I've done, First Ladies of Country sets. Like, I just love a good story. I love a good singer, a good story, a good, I don't know, a feeling, I guess. And there's lots of feelings in country music. But I wouldn't say I'm traditional country when it comes to my own original music. It is more Americana. It's a little bit more, let's here, there, and everywhere. Some of it's a bit folkier, some of it's a bit poppier, some of it's a bit countryer. It's just and then I don't know if my voice is maybe what you would expect of a country voice when it comes to my own music, as opposed to when I'm singing Dolly. So, but yeah, I like to think that I am Americana.
Yeah. Also, tell us about your charity single that you did.
Oh gosh, my charity single is still the only thing that's out there on my Spotify and my Apple Music. Still there for now, till this album comes out. Well, till the singles start coming out. I was hoping to have one out by now, but we pushed it back because we want to take our time with it. We want it to sound really, really, really great. So we're still holding on to it. You might get a little preview in a minute. But wait, what was the question?
Well, I was just asking, about, why country music and why kind of, why country music? And you said, well, it's different than anything else.
Yeah, well, it's just I just love a good story. When it comes to songwriting, I like it to be true, which is a block and a blessing, I guess, because when you do find that story or that truth that that makes sense or becomes a song that or just becomes a song, then it's great. But if you're trying to write a song and your truth isn't coming to you, and I don't know, just like can't think of anything true to write about. I couldn't just write I don't know. I couldn't imagine it. No, I don't have a great imagination. I write about what I see and what I feel, and in any given moment, and yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let some people listen to some music, and I'll
Okay,
be right
jokes. What have
back.
you got today?
Ah,
Etta James again, eh?
here we go. Oh yeah, because you sang with Etta James, didn't you?
I sang Etta James. I didn't sing with Etta James. She, like she was. But I sang 17 Etta James songs.
For falling
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
you and fool that I am for thinking you love me too. You took my heart and played the part. Oh, oh, little coquette. Don't my dreams just disappear like the smoke from a cigarette? No, fool that I am for hoping you'd understand and thinking you would listen to no things I had planned.
Not really country though. Quite soul.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. I love it. I love this sort of music.
Me too. This was the first time we did it live.
Yeah.
Done about 6 times now. Last time was hard, but
Gosh. How many people were there then watching?
200 and something people. It was full. It was sold out.
Gosh.
It's just a little. It was in the Perth Theatre in the Joan Knight Studio at the Perth Theatre, so it was lovely. Very intimate, but a lot of people at the same time. Because the stage is on the floor.
Yeah, did you have to do was it like a folk concert, was it?
It was called the Monday night thing at the Perth Theatre. We still run it every so often. And they just put some really good music on a Monday night randomly at the Perth Theatre, and folks go and check it out.
All right.
Obviously, everything's still coming back together after the pandemic, but this was a few years before that.
What does your partner say about your singing?
For hoping
He thinks it's good. He likes
Well,
it.
yeah,
I think. Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of the reasons he stuck around when we first got together.
He probably would. He probably
doesn't get to hear it very
you're
often.
going to get rich sometime.
No.
Yeah.
He's a musician himself, so well, he's not a musician at all. He's but he loves music and he plays music and he writes amazing songs. I mean, some of the songs that are on my album, he wrote. So he's an amazing musician that isn't a musician. It's more like a hobby, but he's got like more talent like in his little finger than like a lot of musicians. But he just enjoys it for fun. So yeah,
Well,
I don't know. I sang to him on our first day together, and he came back, so he must like it. He doesn't get to see it well, like when we were together. Like I have a guitar at my house, so I just played like something that I just learned because I'd literally only been playing guitar for a few weeks, and like it was pretty just like basic like down strumming chords, but he still seemed to get the idea. I guess it was more about the singing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sang
Yeah.
a song
Where,
called
where,
yeah.
where does the ideas about your songs come from? I've spoken to quite a lot of people, and they said to me, oh, well, it's a toilet. I'm probably on the toilet one day. I was reading the newspaper, so I have to get the paper quick, and or through the park and everything. Where'd you get all your ideas from the songs?
All different places. I mean, my charity single that was on a bus, I guess. But I was like, I don't know, messing around on Facebook on my phone and saw something that made me think something that then made me think something else, and then like your brain just goes down this rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden there's a song, um, and it just kind of appeared line. There's one line, and there's the next line, and there's the next line, and there's the next line, and like a conversation kind of thing for my charity single, and it just kind of worked. I mean, I think I only changed maybe 2 words after that initial kind of writing moment. Whereas there's other songs where I had kind of a voice in my head or a chorus in my head for a really long time, or even just like one line. And it would be there for a long time before I would kind of try and act on it or see where it went. And then there's some songs that I had to write because I had a songwriting session coming up when I was playing for Glastonbury, and they had to be kind of specifically left field ready. So it was good to. I did a lot of research, kind of listening to a lot of different music that I hadn't heard before, music that was kind of socially aware, and then kind of tried to figure out if I wanted to write more songs about refugees or if I wanted to write about other things. And then I don't know, just each song kind of has its own little story as to why it came to life. I mean, I got a song about kind of bullying, and my song about bullying is kind of stemmed from a place where somebody was mean to me, and I just kind of didn't do anything about it. And then from that one little thought, and then that little seed of anger or whatever, and then suddenly you're thinking about every single person that's ever done you wrong in your life, and then I wrote a song kind of out of that. It just, I don't know. For me, it's all in my head, because I don't really play that much kind of instruments or anything. And then once I kind of have a melody in my head, I have to sit down with a guitar and figure out exactly what it is that's going on in my head and try and make it work on a guitar or with a rhythm or what chords it needs or whatever. And then it kind of goes from there. And then now I've been working with some amazing musicians that have kind of transformed those little acoustic numbers into what's going to be a full-blown, fully produced album. So,
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
it's a process.
It is, yeah. It's a long process. Welcome
It
to
is.
Welcome to Life with your charity single. And
Yes.
because you got it on iTunes and everything, and how did that go? How did that go? Did it go down well?
Rubbish. No, I think it was a bad time to launch it, actually. I mean, I launched it the week before I played it at Glastonbury, and people seemed to really respond and really like it, but nobody really has downloaded it or really seen it, because I don't have a PR team or any kind of marketing anything, to be honest. I paid somebody like £500 to make a video and record it, and then I just whapped it on the internet, and I was like, here you go, guys. And obviously here you go, guys, to like an empty room basically. So far, it's made about, I don't know, 25 pound or something for
Oh, that's
charity.
lovely.
It's pretty sad. I'm not
It
gonna
is sad.
lie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I might
Oh,
as well just give in like £500 to the refugees, and that would have been better
yeah,
at this point. But the song is always going to be out there. It is always going to be there, and the message is always there. So maybe if my next album or the album after that, or at some point, like the word gets around that Katy Whitaker is here, then they'll go back and they'll be like, actually, no, that song is really beautiful, and buy it, and then the money will still go to charity. It's not like it's going to change. It's not going anywhere.
yeah, yeah. That's it. Um,
It might get its
so,
moment in the sun.
yeah. So, guys, I'm going to challenge you right now. So, Welcome to Life. It's a charity single by Katie. So, what I want you to do, I want you to buy it on iTunes, or or go onto her
iTunes is
website.
best.
Yeah, buy it on iTunes and help this charity out. And also, it's only kind of like on iTunes around about 99p. That's something like that, is it, Katie?
The track's 99p, and then I think it's 79p comes back from that. So it's pretty good. It's
Well,
the best margins, I
here
think.
here you go. So come on, come on, guys.
I don't
I'm
remember
sure you
exactly.
can. I'm sure you can afford a pound or something, and every little helps. And if you don't do it, if I find any of you not doing it, then I'll be coming around your house, picking you upside down, trying to get that pound out. Anyway,
Oh, bless.
tell us
Thank you very
about
much.
tell us about Glastonbury. Now, if I was told that I was gonna go to Glastonbury, right, and kind of go on stage in front of thousands of people, I think I'd be nerve wracking it. But you did it, oh, didn't you?
Yeah, and I had to wait all weekend to do it as well. I was on the Sunday, and we were there from like the Thursday. So I was bricking it the whole time. But yeah, no, it was, I mean, it was a songwriters round that I was doing, which was lovely. It meant that I was like on the stage with Billy Bragg and two other wonderful songwriters, and we kind of played a song each, like in a round, and kept going round until the time was over. So it meant that it there wasn't super much pressure, like as it would be if I was just like stood like on my own in the middle of the stage. Um, but it was it was definitely nerve wracking because it was like the first time like that I'd played some of these songs that I'd literally just written specifically for this gig. Like, so I had no idea how they were gonna go down or how it was gonna work, or like if I could even play them well enough, because they were just so new that they weren't really like kind of audience ready properly. But I just kind of went for it. It just like you're not going to get the opportunity again to have your first time playing at Glastonbury. So yeah, and like that was the same weekend kind of that the Brexit vote went through. So the stage was absolutely like ram jam packed because everybody wanted to see Billy. Everybody wanted to know what Billy Bragg had to say that weekend. So it meant that like the left field tent was rammed anytime he was there. So it was pretty awesome.
Gosh, gosh.
Yeah.
Do you kind of like when you're with people like that, like Billy and everyone else? What's it like? Do you get time to talk to them and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Billy Bragg himself is like one of the most approachable, like friendly, supportive, like generous human beings. Like he will wait outside a gig like for like hours until he has spoken to every single person that wanted to speak to him after a gig, He is that guy. So um but like at Glastonbury itself, I mean, we were camping out the back of the stage, so we were all basically sleeping in the same field. So it was good fun.
So was there because you were there from Thursday to Sunday, say, or whatever when it was. Was
Yeah.
it and where you were camping to? Was there any other like stars or anything that were there that were camping too?
Yeah. I mean, the most memorable for me was Mary Black, who is the SNP representative in Westminster. She's like, I don't know if you know Mary Black, but she's a big deal here in Scotland. And it's like it's amazing hanging around with her like for a little bit and speaking to her. That was like my selfie moment was with Mary Black and obviously Billy. Um, I didn't go like super I, into like any other artists there at the time. I went to see a lot of music. A lot of my favorite musicians that were playing kind of in the outskirts of it as well, like the Undercover Hippie and folk like that. So it was a great weekend. I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know. It was very muddy. It was one of the muddiest years like ever on record. I think was the year that I was there. And Adele played, and I listened to her from my tent because it wasn't very far away, and I didn't want to lose my voice because she was on the night before I was playing the next afternoon. And if I'd have been stood in that crowd, I would have had no voice left for singing my own songs the next day. So I laid in my tent and listened from a distance, but I could hear them all singing along.
Yeah, yeah. And how many songs did you sing, or was it just the one song?
No, no, we did a writers round, so I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 or 5 songs. I think it was 4. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, we just went. There was 4 people, and we played a song each, kind of 4 times, I guess.
Right. And did it go
Yeah.
down well with the crowd?
Yeah, no, they were lovely. They were really, really lovely, really supportive, and definitely a listening audience. And the videos that I've got from the side of the stage, you can see the sign language interpreters as well, like signing my songs to the audience. It's pretty awesome.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Really good.
Yeah,
Really good.
it's pretty cool. See my
Really good.
songs in sign language.
That's great. Anyway,
Yeah,
thanks very much for joining me.
yeah, no problem
Um,
at all. Thank you for having me.
brilliant.
I,
And I hope you kind of like hope the single comes out soon. And
yeah, there will be singles coming out, no problem.
and
Soon,
and
soon.
and get yourself down to the southwest sometime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, when I'm putting the tour together, I'll get in touch and you can tell me where to go.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks very much. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Steve. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you next
Bye
time.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.